I'm here, we're here today at the Denville Museum. I'm Vito Bianco. I'm the president of the Denville Historical Society and Museum, and we're here with Will Spurry, and he's come to make a donation of this book, Victims of Justice, to the museum, which is a infamous crime story that some of us were not aware. I know myself, I was not really aware of this story. Well, maybe you can tell us a little bit about it and what happened and how did it result in a book and everything like that. I'll hold it for you.
Okay, thanks. As far as the story goes itself, I don't know anything more than what's in the book.
Okay.
Harold Matzner owned, I believe it was Herald Publishing somewhere in East Jersey, and one of his employees' wives, her car was found burned up on the New Jersey Parkway.
Okay.
And she
lived in Denville.
No, I believe they may have lived in the Clifton area.
Okay.
Anyhow, somehow they tied this. His name was Kavanaugh, and they found Harold's name and number in his pocket, and then that's how Harold got wrapped in it, and then eventually Dorothe Matzner got wrapped up in it, and it's just it's bad cops. It's frustrating. It's they wanted to convict these people, even though all the evidence was clearly there that they were not responsible for this. It's as infuriating as the Hurricane Carter story, except the difference there is he was a black man with an all-white jury. These, of course, were white folks, but they were. It was an injustice, and that's why the book is called Victims of Justice. And when you read it, you'll get frustrated.
Yeah.
So that's all I know about that. My other my association is that I was next door neighbors to the Matzners. We lived on parallel, the last house on parallel dead end streets. And
so you knew them personally, growing up, and okay, and that was before all this happened. Is that correct?
No, this was after.
Oh, afterwards.
Right. So as a kid,
after this happened, wow.
I didn't even really know. You know, my parents knew. Dad was a sergeant here in Denville. He didn't have a problem with me hanging out with them, and I don't know, Mom might have been on the fence. But Harold didn't have any boys. He had one girl. So I was like the son he never had. He would take me to baseball games, Yankee Stadium, take me to Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey Circus. He had like a mid-70s Cadillac, I remember. I'd be in the back seat, and we didn't wear seatbelts back then. And every turn we went around, I'd slide from side to side. I would hang out in the fire pit at their house, and we'd go through baseball cards. And bike rides and things like that. So eventually I became Dorothy's yard boy. And then eventually Harold and Dorothy split. Harold went to Marina Del Rey, California. And then my sister was actually lifelong friends with Dorothy, right up until she died.
So after this crime occurred and after they were dragged through the justice system, then they moved to Denville, or was part of this going on while they lived in Denville?
While they lived in Denville.
Okay.
And there was speculation that Judy Kavanaugh's body was on the Matzner property right here in Denville.
Originally. And that it was found somewhere else.
Yeah, at some point, but they did suspect that it was here.
Yeah, we'll have to read that. This is news to me. This is one of the things I love about history, is that as much as you think you know about your local history, there's always something new to find out.
Yeah.
And we're very happy that you came forward and provided us with this copy of the book. And
my pleasure.
I'm sure it will spur a lot of interest, and maybe we have some new blood on our board. Peter Zablocki has taken on many of the kind of taboo subjects of the 20th century and has looked further into, some of the more sensational crimes and into the Denville's war experience in the 20th century. for some of the families that participated. So this might be something that we can get him interested in to look a little bit further to see if we can, maybe we'll solve the crime eventually.
That would be good.
Well, thank you.
All right, thank you, Vito. My pleasure.
Will, so generous of you. So thanks again so much for doing this.
very
Vito, you want to tell folks when the museum is typically open for visitation?
We are approaching the end of June. Until the end of June, the museum is open every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then for July and August, we are on summer hours, and we will be open the second and fourth Tuesdays at the same time, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and resume every Saturday after Labor Day.